Welcome once again to Talking Point. I'm Mayor Mike, and my guests today are Scott Stoik, who is the Communication and Marketing Director for the United Way, and one of this year's campaign chair, Jason Blanker. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Scott, why don't you tell me a little bit about the United Way for those who may not know, and what the United Way does in the community?
Sure. We're a nonprofit group. We've been in Portage County for almost 74 years, I believe. Next year is our 75th anniversary.
Wow.
It started as a community foundation years ago, and it's transformed to United Way now. But as United Way, we've been around for 30-some years. And what we do is we are both a fundraiser and a distributor of funds. We have 31 different programs that we support through our funding. Last year in Portage County, the people of Portage County donated $2.93 million to our campaign, which is an incredible amount. The people of this community are incredibly supportive. We can't thank them enough. So
yeah, that's one of the things I always loved about the community is that if there's a need, people are always willing to step up and do whatever it takes to get it done.
I see it every day. It's awesome.
So of that amount, how much of that money actually stays in Stevens Point?
99% of that money stays right in Portage County.
Portage County, yeah.
This is United Way Portage County, so yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little biased.
It stays here. It's distributed here. 1% does go to United Way Worldwide, but we get that back in training and the brand usage. The brand alone of United Way is a big.
Yeah, and it was a rhetorical question, I suppose, but it's important that people know that their donations are actually going to do the most good right here in Portage County, helping the people that you see in the grocery store or you pass on the street. It stays right here.
And it's about 1 in every 4 people here in Portage County use United Way funds in some sort, whether it's the Boys and Girls Club right next door, the kids that go there, they receive United Way funding, or if it's something like the Salvation Army, the Hope Center, people that might have to stay there, they receive a significant amount of United Way funding.
Okay. What are some of the other programs that people may not think are funded, at least in part, through the United Way?
Children's Hospital, that is a big one. They receive funding from United Way, and they actually do some programming called FOSS, therapy. The work they do is incredible in this community. We're just starting something called Born Learning,
right?
And they're going to be providing home visitation for any child after they're born, before they go to school. Make sure that the parents are doing everything necessary to raise their kids right and to make sure that those kids are healthy and safe and ready for kindergarten.
And that's a big deal too. We've talked about that on a couple of different levels over my time as county board and city council and now mayor. The sooner you can address potential problems and make sure that they never happen, the more money you save down the road. So No Child Left Behind, No Child's Wet Behind.
Yep.
That's the diaper one. And Fresh Start, Head Start, those sorts of things where you give the parents the resources that they need, and maybe even a little bit of that education to help them as parents nurture that child, make sure it's healthy, that it is maintaining the learning ability that they need to. There was a study that I saw that the reading comprehension by 3rd grade is extremely important. So what other Head Start type programs?
Well, the reading comprehension, we have a program called Learn for Life.
Okay.
We train tutors. We work with a number of tutors. We've trained them. And then those tutors go to, I think, all 14 schools in Portage County. And they actually work with students identified by the teachers who need help with reading skills in 2nd and 3rd grade, actually. And those tutors work with them each week, half an hour each week, providing them the tools that they need that the teachers might not have time to spend one-on-one with these kids. And now these tutors can go in there one-on-one with these kids and really give them the help that they need, because we know that through up to 3rd grade, kids are learning to read. After third grade, the curriculum changes, and what they're doing is reading to learn.
Right.
So we want to make sure they have those tools, so by the time they're in fourth grade and stuff, that they're not struggling with the reading part.
Right, and that's going to help things further down the road, less learning difficulties as they go through junior high, high school, and onto their college careers, things like that. So again, as soon as we can address concerns and make sure that they don't happen, the more money we save down the road.
Absolutely.
That's really important. Any other programs that are relevant that you think people may not fully understand that they're funded partially through
I
United
think
Way?
all 31 programs that we fund are extremely relevant, and it's small little programs. The Stevens Point Area Safety Center, for example, they help parents with providing them with bike helmets, sometimes with the car seats. You can go to this place, and the people there can help install your car seat, make sure if there's ever an accident that those kids are safe. Some of these little programs don't have the resources to do the fundraising, so that's kind of why we're there. We have 14 different agencies. The Stevens Point Area YMCA receives funding. The Boys and Girls Club receives funding. CAP Services, a number of programs that they have. The Family Crisis Center, for example, being one of them. They receive United Way funding. In fact, a couple years ago, they actually had an influx of people using their services, and they didn't have enough in their budget to cover it. So they came to us, and our investment teams met and decided we need to give them additional funding. So they approved $20,000 in additional funding for the Family Crisis Center. Make sure that the people there that needed help got the help that they needed. So
that's great. So 31 programs, that's a lot to manage. And it's a lot for people to remember too, but you have 211.
we do.
Tell me a little bit about 211.
211 is our free informational hotline. That is, anybody calls it, 211, simple, easy to remember. The operator's there. It's based at a call center out of Marathon County, the United Way up there.
24/7?
But those people up in Marathon County, yes, 24/7, they all have a directory for all the resources that are available in Portage County. So you can call them with any question, and these operators are trained to answer it. A lot of the questions revolve around what services are available. Hey, I'm struggling, I need help. How can I be helped? And those operators know exactly how to connect you to what you need. So we get a lot of calls at our United Way, like people looking for help, and we're not the ones trained for that. Those operators at 211 are trained.
Well, and that's important to note too, because in a lot of cases, you're not going to remember all the programs that are available. And that 211 goes outside of the United Way things too. It's every single resource that's available. So I know I need help with something, whatever the topic happens to be, but I don't know what programs or who to call. Dialing 211, you're going to get connected to an operator who's trained in every program that's available, and you tell them what your problem is, and they're going to connect you with the resources that are going to be able to help you.
Yep. It's free too. It's free, and it can be anonymous if you wish. So people can call, and you can call for others if you wish too. So
Good. So that's important to remember, 211. So the United Way campaign is kicking off.
it is.
And every year you set the bar a little bit higher.
We do.
Because we have such a great giving community. And every year you manage to, I don't know if you blackmail them or threaten them, but somehow you manage to get these chairs working every year. This year we've got Jason Blanker among the rest of your family. Jason, tell me how you got involved with the United Way.
It's kind of an interesting story. You know, we've been big supporters of the United Way for probably 10 to 15 years. We've been involved with the United Way. Our family, our company, we've been helping to contribute and make people's lives better through United Way. And we got asked to be a part of this, and asked if our family would be a part of it. Part of the reason I think they reached out to us, we're based out of Amherst, which is a little bit east of your fine city. But so they're looking to make it bring more awareness that it's the entire Portage County, because their services reach the entire county, not just Stevens Point. So they asked if we'd be involved, and our family got together and unanimously decided that we wanted to be a part of this and bringing the word out and helping spread the message and trying to be actively involved in giving back and supporting the United Way in their efforts.
Well, that's fabulous. Give me an idea of what sort of commitments you have. I know that, there's the fun stuff, the photo shoots and the publicity shots, things like that, but there's an awful lot of work involved too. Give us an idea of what sort of commitment the chairs provide.
Typically, what we've been meeting since actually a year ago. We've started meeting as the incoming chairs to get up to speed with the Hoffmeister and Oakry family. They did a phenomenal job last year, so we got to know those folks and kind of see what they did. So we're learning along the way. So every couple of weeks we have a meeting, a chair meeting, and kind of strategize as far as where we need to be at, where our efforts are going to be best used, helping determine what the goal is going to be, and really trying to figure out what events we need to be at. And the nice thing about having a family involved in it, we can kind of divide and conquer, if you will, and go out to these different events and participate where we can, bring awareness and try to bring, raise some funds for United Way.
What are some of the things moving forward as a campaign kickoff that you do, Scott, as part of the United Way?
Well, as campaign kickoff right now, we are training all the coordinators. We put together kits.
So what is a coordinator for those who don't know?
Coordinator is, well, we have about 160 different organizations we work with throughout Portage County.
Employers and things like that. Right?
Yep. And then each organization, selects somebody to be the campaign coordinator. And those people basically run a campaign, usually lasts about 2 weeks, sometime between August 11th and November 17th. And sometimes you make it fun. You reach out
all
to
the time. You make it fun.
You try to, yes. And you reach out to your employees and ask them if they'd be willing to give to United Way. They all receive pledge forms and brochures and see posters and everything. So a lot of the year is spent putting that stuff together, and then we put these kits together, and we distribute them, and we're going to have a kickoff on August 11th. That's going to be our campaign kickoff. It's going to go with Project Fresh Start at 11 a.m. at PJ Jacobs here, right next door, actually.
Right.
And
the public's invited.
The public is invited. We're going to show people Project Fresh Start. It's kind of like a behind-the-scenes tour of it because it's the day before the distribution day, which takes place on August 12th.
Okay.
But people can see the behind the scenes. We're going to have Learn for Life there with some tutors there. Talk a little bit about that. The blinkers are going to be there. They're going to talk for a little while. It's just going to be fun. We're going to have the Paysetter campaigns there. Right now we have Delta Dental, Community First Credit Union, and Old National Bank are the Paysetters this year, as well as the United Way Endowment. That's new this year. A lot of people endow their funds to United Way, and we decided, let's take the interest raised from the endowment money that we have and make it a Paysetter this year. So we can kind of highlight that, let people know more about the endowment, so you can give forever even after you're gone. So.
Jason, does your family have to go to each and every one of these 160 organizations?
Fortunately, the United Way has a very good organization and volunteer network. So we try to make as many as we can. We go on a lot of what they call CEO calls, where we go out and meet with the companies, talk about United Way. Most of them have run campaigns in the past, so we talk, a little bit of history of where they were at in the past, kind of help gauge where they're going to be this year, what we can do to really help them bring more awareness to their campaign. How can we make their campaign more successful this year than it has been in the past? And if that means we're going to help them at an event, we were just down in Wysocki Farms down in Bancroft, and talked to them about what they can do. I know Russ Wysocki once in a while gets in a dunk tank for United Way to help bring awareness to his team and help raise some money. So just kind of helping them strategize with what they're going to do.
What are some of the things that some of the employers do to promote the United Way? Either one.
Well, Century, for example, they do a color run with their employees.
Okay.
That's a big one, as well as a festival they do every fall during their campaign. and they invite all the agencies to come and provide information. They have games and all sorts of different fun. Lots of brat fries.
I know there's some interdepartmental rivalries there too, to see who can come up with the biggest game, raising the most money, those sorts of things.
Oh yes. So, but like at other companies, lots of brat fries, little festivals, dunk tanks. You name it, people do it. It's all about having fun, but at the same time educating people about what United Way does. So a lot of employers will bring in speakers. We'll find speakers from some of our partner programs and have them come and speak and talk about how United Way helps people in the community. So it's a mix of education and fun.
Yeah. Well, and that's important to know too, because like you said, you have 31 programs that receive at least some sort of United Way funding. Touches 1 in 4 lives here in Portage County. But it's not all about that either. By giving, you are also eligible for some fabulous prizes. Why don't we talk a little bit about that? Maybe, Jason, can you talk about what some of the giveaways and raffles are that you have?
Well, they got a pretty big one this year.
That's what I hear.
The Scafidi family has stepped up this year, and last year they did a choice of some vehicles, and this year the Scafidis have donated a pickup truck that they're going to be giving away as one of the prizes in the campaign.
Gorgeous truck too. I saw
it is, yes.
I don't need a new one, but I would take a new one.
You would take one.
That's right. I don't have to twist my arm.
Yep, and I know Skyward's involved. They're doing a digital giveaway vacation package.
It's big screen HD TV, a PlayStation 4, PlayStation virtual reality,
VR goggles. Nice.
Yep, and Simplicity Credit Union is donating a plane package.
Okay.
So plane package.
So you get to fly somewhere.
Yep, and Old National Bank I think has a $500 gift card for that plane vacation. So.
And people are eligible to receive entries into the drawing for those fabulous prizes just by donating.
They are. You receive automatic entry into the sweepstakes if you give $52 or more. You automatically
per year.
Yep, and which is $1 a week.
Right.
You get 50 entries.
Okay.
If you are a new donor, which means in our world, a new donor is somebody who gave less than $52 last year. If you are a new donor, if you give $104, you'll receive the full 100 entries.
Okay.
If you gave, let's say, more than $52 last year, in order to get the full 100 entries, you have to increase your gift by $52. So if you gave $100 last year, you need to give $152 this year in order to get the full 100 entries. If you, for some reason, you can't afford to give that much, as long as you give $52, you're going to get 50 entries. So if you gave $100 last year, you can't afford it. If you give $52 this year, you'll still get in the drawing.
Good. And I know a lot of employers offer additional incentives.
They do.
So if you are employed at company X, they also have giveaways internally, parking spots and things like that. I remember years ago I won one of the parking spots at Associated Bank when I was there. So,
paid vacation days off is a big one actually. Like
either
raffle it off, or if the company itself meets an internal goal, they'll give everybody a extra paid day off for the year. So
that's really nice.
That's a huge incentive.
Right.
That really gets.
So check with your employer to see what it is. And not only that, everyone who contributes gets a little something, don't they?
They do.
What's that?
It's our Give and Get United coupon book, and I should have brought one with me, and I didn't. But it started about 4 years ago. We did this. United Way Milwaukee did it. We copied them, and it started with about 38 coupons worth of $400 or $500, and it's growing every year since.
It does.
This year's coupon book that people received earlier this year has 108 coupons valued at about $1,500 in it.
And everyone who gives gets one of those.
They do, and there's awesome coupons in there. Plito's Pizza, you got money off for a large specialty pizza. A lot of these companies throughout Portage County too. We don't just focus on Stevens Point, Plover.
Right.
We've got coupons in Amherst. We've got coupons in Bancroft area, even Plainfield. So we try to spread it around because we know not everybody is here. So a lot of different coupons.
And I know a lot of the employers make it pretty easy to donate through payroll deductions and things like that. So you can just authorize a deduction out of every paycheck, and you won't even notice it. And at the end of the year, you will have given a certain amount to the United Way, and of course that's tax deductible.
It is.
Consult with your own tax preparers. We don't want to give that kind of advice, but yes, it is. It's tax deductible. So, and it's really the employers make it quite painless.
They do.
One other thing that's pretty unique is that you get to, if you want to, choose where your money goes, right?
You can. You can designate your gift either to a specific program of our 31 different programs. You can designate it to that. Or if, for example, you work here in Portage County, but you live, let's say, in Marshfield, you can actually designate your money to go to that United Way in Marshfield. We're all, for us, it's more about getting the money that you give to the place you want to give it to, whether it's your hometown or a specific program that you like.
Okay, good, good. So you had talked about each company having a campaign coordinator.
Yeah.
What's involved with being a campaign coordinator? I think you brought a kit.
I did. Jason, if you want to. This is actually your kit.
Okay.
For the city, because the city itself runs a campaign.
We do.
So in this kit, we just put them together yesterday, actually, because we finally got all the material. But it's got the pledge forms that you need to hand out to all your employees.
All right.
Or, I'm sorry, the brochures.
Brochures.
So, and the Blanker family is featured prominently on our
There you go.
cover of our brochure.
Are you getting royalties for that, Jason?
Yes, in perpetuity, yes.
And there's actually a listing in this brochure. There's all sorts of good information about what United Way does, so people can learn more about that. But on the reverse side of it, we also have what's called our Stevens Society.
Okay.
Our Stevens Society roster. That's anybody who gives $500 or more,
Okay.
which is $1.37 a day. It's less than a cup of coffee. But anybody who gives $500 is part of our Stevens Society, and we list their names if they so choose to want to list it.
Right. And you get a little certificate of recognition.
You do. You get that, and the joy of knowing that your money is helping a lot of people. And the Stevens Society, actually, last year, for the first time ever, we went over 1,000 members. So there's 1,000 people right here in Portage County giving $500 or more. And those people gave over $1 million, which is unbelievable.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. So that's in the kit. We also have the pledge forms.
Okay. And the pledge forms, that's the important part.
This is the most important piece that we have, because pledge forms contain all the information that we need to process the pledge, and it's got information about the car sweepstakes, the coupon book, as well as all the programs that we help fund. So if you want to designate it, it's on the back. You can look and mark which program you want it to go to.
Okay.
So we have some posters in here.
Okay. Posters to hang up in break rooms or
Yep,
things
we
like that
have-
in the office.
We do. We've got a poster featuring our video. This year's campaign video is actually features Children's Hospital along with Christina and her family. Christina is somebody that's used different United Way services.
Okay.
And the video is excellent. We have a copy of the video in this kit, so people can play it at their workforce campaigns. It's only about 4 minutes long, but so we got that poster. We also have...
And there's that Blanker family again.
It is. So the Blankers are on a poster. So, and you know, we kind of say United Way of Portage County brings people together to build lasting change
There
in
you
our
go.
community. Keyword being
I see
build.
what you did there.
Yes.
Blanker Construction. Sure,
So,
I got it.
So,
And there we go, the prizes.
yes, the sweepstakes poster. This is the truck that's being given away, a 2018 Ford F-150 XL Super Cab 4x4. So it's a nice truck. I actually got to drive it the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, we take this truck, we park it at different campaigns
right?
as they're running their campaigns. Delta Dental is running their Pacesetter campaign. So I got to drive it over there, park it. The employees at Delta get to see this truck for the next few days.
Good.
So a little
Yeah,
bit.
and it'll make its appearances at several different locations throughout the campaign around town.
It will.
Just to remind you.
You'll see it around.
So the campaign kicks off, you said August 11th
Yep,
at PJ Jacobs.
it does.
And what time was that again?
11 a.m.
11 a.m. So that's easy. August 11th, 11 a.m. at PJ's. And it'll run through when? When's the last day?
Well, you can go through the end of the year. However, if you want to get your pledge in and be eligible for the sweepstakes,
Right.
we tell people 5 p.m. on Friday, November 17th.
November 17th.
Yep.
Okay, so that's another important date
So
to remember.
that's the key date right there.
And then your goal this year is what,
Our
Jason?
2.8
875.
875.
2.875.
Yep.
That's a pretty
Pretty lofty.
pretty ambitious goal. Yes.
It is.
I suppose you have to make up the difference, right, if they fall short. No, I think we're going to be just fine. So the video you mentioned,
Yeah.
I assume you have videos available on the website if people wanted
It's
to
not.
learn more about it.
Yes, we do have videos from previous years. We have not posted this year's video
Okay.
because we're going to debut it at the August 11th kickoff.
Okay.
We're going to debut it then, and then it's actually going to probably debut on FaceTime at Facebook as we're doing that. So
Okay.
it'll be available then online.
So if somebody wanted to learn more about the United Way in general,
Yeah.
where would they go?
Our website,
Okay.
www.unitedwaypoco, as in Portage
County,
County,
Poco.
.org. Yep, POCO.
Okay.
So you go there. We have all sorts of different pages dedicated to our programming, the different things we're doing in the community, the campaign itself. So yeah, you can pretty much learn everything there. You can
Good.
also come to our office, see us.
And where's the office?
We're located right on, right off Union Street, right on
Center Point.
Center Point Drive, in the
Guzman Building.
Guzman Building. So
The two lions on the front
yep,
are always pretty
right
iconic.
kind of behind Shopko.
Right across from that new cobblestone hotel.
It is.
So, Jason, I imagine the campaign season is going to be pretty busy for you and your family. Where can we find the status of how we're coming close to our goal?
We're going to be putting out signs here shortly. We'll be getting out signs that'll indicate on the campaign as far as where we're at within our goal. We're getting ready to finalize those and get those out, and then we'll be posting that on Facebook and our Facebook, our company page, trying to keep people
And what's the
involved.
company page?
Our company page is blankerco.com is our website, and then we've also got a Facebook page as well.
And we'd find it under Blanker Construction.
Blanker Construction, yes. And
Same with United Way. I assume they have a Facebook
Yes.
presence.
We have a Facebook presence, website presence.
And it's just United Way Poco or United Way of Portage County.
Yep, if you look up United Way of Portage County. And or if we go to our website too, we have a link
Be able
there.
to link it right there.
Yep.
Okay, good. So, Jason, as the 2017 campaign chair, take 15, 20 seconds and tell everybody watching and listening why the United Way is important to you and why it should be important to them.
I think it's important to me personally and my family because we believe in giving back in our community. We believe in building a strong community, and it really starts in the early stages of life. And I think United Way does a phenomenal job in those early years with a lot of their Born Learning and Learn to Read programs and being involved with the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA. A lot of focus is spent on those early years. The United Way is a great avenue to fund these sources because it's one place that has 31 entities that they help fund. So you don't have to be involved in a lot of different organizations and try to work that way. They've done a great job of vetting these organizations and helping support other organizations through their funds. So, we really believe that we need to give people a hand up, not necessarily a handout, but everybody needs help from time to time, and how can we better support our community by keeping 99 cents out of every dollar that somebody gives
that's pretty phenomenal.
into the county that they're involved in. It's helping their friends, their neighbors, that people, we've got people that work for us that have needed it from time to time and are now giving back and really championing our campaign because they realize the impact it had on their life. And now we're trying to take that and make sure that they can support other people and give other people the opportunity to move that forward.
Great. So, Jason Blanker, Scott Stoik,
Thank you.
thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it, and we look forward to another successful year giving to the United Way. Until next time, we've been Talking Point. I'm Mayor Mike, and we'll catch you next time.